Welcome to the Benefits of Forgiveness with Dr. Tai Ikomi, a program that enables you to experience the joy and wonders of forgiveness. Here is your host, Dr. Tai Ikomi, the best-selling author of the book, Is Beauty for My Ashes.
Welcome to the Benefits of Forgiveness with Dr. Tai Ikomi. And we continue with the series on the obstacles to forgiveness. A reason that makes forgiveness difficult is the attitude of our offender. There are times when someone hurts us, and following the injunction of the Lord, we go to him and point out what he did to hurt us. Matthew 18 verse 15 says, "Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother." After forgiving him, perhaps your friend embarrassed you in front of people who respected you and you felt kind of humiliated. When you approached him with this grievance, rather than apologize, he reminded you of an occasion when you also had embarrassed him. He reminded you of instances where you had disagreed with him in public, or how you did not support his point of view in a meeting. To him, this was retaliation time. In his mind, as you have done to him, so now has he done to you. Apparently, he never forgave you for it, even though you did not know that you had committed an offense. However, the Bible warns against this tendency to retaliate. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 29 says, "Say not, I will do to him as he hath done to me. I will render to the man according to his work." To him, retaliation or to do what someone did to him was okay. At other times, he may bring up some other things which did not necessarily relate to the issue in question. He points accusing fingers at you for what you did, which in his mind is worse than what he has done to you. In his mind, he should be the one who should apologize for all your past errors. He has opened a can of worms, as it were. All the evil that you did from A to Z are presented before you. Then what should you do? Well, when the offender tells you that you too have hurt him in the past, it might be advisable at that point to leave. Depending on the state of your emotions, you may want to remove yourself from that situation. If this is your first time of listening to my message and you like it, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment below and to hit the notification button to receive more of my messages. If you would like to have a hard copy of my messages on forgiveness, please visit Amazon.com. The teaching comes from my collection, Forgiveness, Discipleship by Dr. Tai Ikomi, a 12-volume collection on forgiveness. God bless you. It might have taken you a lot of courage on your part to approach him. You are hurting and you wanted an apology from him. If you stay, he might cause further damage to your already fragile emotions. If you are emotionally strong, however, you can stay and hear what he has to say. If not, leave it for another day. After you have forgiven him and the pain has subsided, you may now revisit the issue with him. Eventually, if both of you decide to discuss it, determining whether or not there is truth in what he is saying is a good idea. He might be right. He might be wrong. There's nothing wrong in telling him that you are sorry if he was hurt. Be sincere. You may find that you are inclined to be angry with him because he did not bring up the issue beforehand. Do not be. You have a mission. The mission is to forgive. Focus on it. If possible, Do not insist that he apologize to you for the grievance with which you had previously confronted him. The way you handle his own accusations or his own grievances, along with your decision not to bring up your own previous accusations, might prick his conscience. He may then apologize to you. Give him time to think, and he may apologize to you without any prompting. That will be nice for both parties. On the one hand, I was expecting the man who killed my husband and 3 children to come and apologize to me. On the other hand, I was petrified of his response. Would he feel my pain? Would he apologize profusely for being the cause of such pain? Or would he just make light of it? I chose not to go to him because I did not want to risk my heart being torn again. At this point, before I forgave him, my heart was very sore. The least shift would cause indescribable pain. I did not contact him. I could not risk being hurt again. After forgiving him, however, I still did not call him simply out of ignorance. I was still expecting him to have called me. I felt that he owed me that much. I wish I had. If I could get in contact with him now, I would. Even if he is not apologetic, it will not affect me any longer because I have forgiven him. Yes, indeed, the attitude and the response of the offender can stand in our way of forgiveness. And so, if after sharing your state of mind with him, he still does not apologize, then you still have to honor God and prefer your forgiveness. You may have to take precautionary steps to avoid being abused again, of course. If wisdom demands it, you may tell him that he is forgiven. Do not tell him that you forgive him simply to make him feel bad. People are able to pick up on our true intentions, and they may become angry with us all over again, making an otherwise bad situation worse. Wisdom and discretion become important in situations like this. You must judge the situation and act accordingly. Colossians chapter 3, verse 13 says, "Forbearing one another, and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye." In conclusion, when you confront your offender, be aware that there are 2 possibilities. They may be apologetic or they may be defensive. Rather than continuing to be angry with your offender, try to see him as someone who must be hurting. Someone must be hurting in order to be insensitive about the hurt that they inflict on others. Let compassion emanate from your heart. Perhaps he is going through a difficult situation that prompted his action or his words. You see, unless you feel his pain, you cannot develop empathy. Once you develop this empathy, you will have a better understanding of compassion and mercy, necessary components of forgiveness. Without compassion, you cannot forgive. Forgiveness is never based on justice. It is always based on mercy. Ask God to give you the grace to develop this compassion, and I can assure you that God is there to help you in whatever capacity that you want. Do not allow the offender to stop you from obeying God. May God bless you.